Hi, it's Chris, and my RYOBI P401 orbital corner sander has stopped working. I found the receipt, and it's over 3 years, so I'm going to take it apart and try to figure out how to make it work or what's wrong with it. It's when you turn it on, the motor runs, but it doesn't vibrate. The corner sander comes apart pretty easily. There's just 5 Phillips head screws to get the Velcro plate off. Then there's several screws that take this plate off. Then 3 more screws to take this off. And then it just pulls apart. The problem with the belt is it's loose, so it's just slipping. That's why it's not working. The belt itself looks okay, it just must have stretched. It has a part number on it, 2M1105. I looked to see if you could find a replacement belt, but they don't seem to sell it, at least through the RYOBI US site. I did find the part in Australia, I think it is, for $50. It's more than the sander itself was. So I figured I would just design and 3D print my own. I did some measurements and I drew just one tooth of the belt. I counted there were 55 teeth, and I calculated how far it should be from the radius of the center of the loop. I extruded one tooth, 5 millimeters, which was the width of the belt. I used a circular pattern around the vertice of the center of the circle and made 55 instances. I then did a Boolean merge and made sure that there was enough overlapping between each segment so that it didn't leave a gap. And now I have my solid model of the belt, which I'm just going to export as a polygonal mesh and send it to the slicer. I've loaded the STL model into the Prusa slicer. I tried a larger nozzle, but I ended up having to use the 0.4 nozzle, and I went with a 0.1 millimeter detail, and I'm using Flexfill 98A to print it. Here's the belt that came with it and the one I made. Mine's a little bit thicker, a little stiffer. Hope it's okay. I've got the 3D printed timing belt that's going to go over the gear on the motor, and then it has to go over the gear on the vibrating part. So it's much tighter now, and we'll put it back together. The 2 halves go back together, and we put this plate over. And we'll screw that in. There's 3 small Phillips. Next we have 4 Phillips bolts here to screw in. Holds this plate on. And then there's 5 Phillips that hold the Velcro pad on here. And then there's 7 Phillips screws that hold the sides together. Get those screwed in. Okay, we put a battery back in and seems to be working. Well, as always, I've put the 3D model over on printables. Hopefully this was helpful. If it was, please hit like and subscribe, and have a great day.